I'm back on the bag, man. I'm back in the lair, trying to get these layers off, man. Like I said, man, it's your boy T. What's blazing the sports. Subscribe to the channel, like and share, guys. Hey, I'm back, guys. Back in the lab, trying to get these rolls off, man. Talking boxing, hitting the bag. We're gonna get it. I gotta get a better view. Hold on, man. I gotta get a better view or something, man. Man, is that a little better? All right, that's cool. That's cool. All right. So, go on, come on in, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We are live like channel 5. I gave you guys 2 shorts today. Listen, I know. I've been out for a minute. You know, Thanksgiving was going around. Did the Thanksgiving things. And now we are back in the lab, man. Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez. Terrence Crawford, after 3 months, gets stripped by the WBC after only 3 months. You know, I guess the WBC like, listen, if you don't pay what we want you to pay, they're like the mafia. You know, we think you should pay 300,000 plus 100,000, and we're being grateful to you. You know, they like the Godfather, and I guess Terrence Crawford like, man, I'm not paying you that. The other sanctioning fees was okay with this 150, 175, blah blah blah. How come you got? Why you guys want 300? They ain't want another 100. You know, hit the like button, subscribe channel, guys. We're gonna go get that work. Let's work. You know what we do. Hit the like button. Hit that donate. And we're going to talk boxing, man. We're going to talk boxing. Like I said, man, I did a video. The first video, the short I put up today, was about Deontay Wilder, Uysk, right? So, now, Uysk, honestly, I said he'd been on a tear. And that's true. But to be honest, Uysk has been on a tear since he left cruiserweight. Uysk has been on a non-stop tear. He had a couple close calls where he was buzzed against Derek Chisora. Uysk was also buzzed against Tyson Fury, I believe. He was buzzed as well. And I believe he was actually knocked down versus Daniel Dubois. But God, listen, man. Uysk right now is like, listen, I want Deontay Wilder next. I want the Bronze Bomber, man. I want to get your guys' thoughts on that. What do you think about Uysk wanting the Bronze Bomber? Now, I got to say this. There was a point in time when the Bronze Bomber wanted Uysk. Guess what? At that time, it appeared that Uysk didn't want the Bronze Bomber. Now, the Bronze Bomber has not been looking like he's been throwing those bombs like he used to, a little bit slower to pull the trigger. You know, made me so PTSD. What it's called? PSD. Maybe he got something going on after the Tyson Fury fights, the knockouts, the Joseph Parkers, the Big Bang Zane. Maybe those fights took a lot out of Deontay Wilder, and he just ain't looked the same, man. But it took some time. He got rid of his coach, Malik, and he had a comeback fight. Now, let me give you my thoughts live on what I thought about Deontay Wilder comeback fight. Now, I can tell he was trying to stick to the game plan. He was trying to be a lot calmer. He wanted to use his jab a lot more to set up the right hand. There was a couple of times he tried to lead with it, but he wasn't able to connect with that right hand like he wanted to. But he did look slower to me. Deontay Wilder looked slower. He got the stoppage, but he didn't get the knockout. To be honest, some people can say that the stoppage was a little bit early. But me, I am a fan of Deontay Wilder, and I call like I see it. Listen, I don't get paid off from Deontay Wilder. He don't do no interviews with me. I've sent many times. So I'm not nobody who just says stuff just to ride his coattail. I'm a true fan of Deontay Wilder. And I would like to see him do well. But to judge his last fight, I think he was trying to get back, and it was a learning fight. And if he'd have fought that style against some of the upper echelons, he probably would have lost. So, but fighting that style, trying to get used to it, getting the win, right? Just when you're a fighter and you've been losing in the fashion that Deontay Wilder been losing in, man, you just want to get back in the goddamn win column. To be honest, you question yourself. You question yourself that you still got it. See, guys, a lot of times players from sports, like if it's not an injury, like football or basketball or baseball, a lot of times you want to play that sport forever. And it is the general managers or the owners them the ones that tell you, no, we can't do it. You know, and they decide for you. But in boxing, man, when you get hit in boxing so many times, a lot of times you decide that yourself. And sometimes you make that decision before your next fight. You kind of mentally checked out. You're doubting yourself. You're doubting your skills. And when you used to go in there with a brave heart, now all of a sudden you're going into the ring and you're not really. You're trying to pretend. You're trying to pretend like you're brave, but you're not really brave no more. You got one foot in the game, one foot out the game. And that's how I kind of felt that Deontay Wilder was. I think Deontay Wilder was trying to get it back. He was listening to Malik. And to be honest, I no disrespect Malik, this is my opinion, big dog, but I think your style of teaching him was all wrong. Now, Deontay Wilder, people said that he wasn't a skilled fighter, and I gotta agree that he wasn't as technical. I think he was a skilled fighter. I think he knows how to fight. I think he got a big ass punch. I used to look at him almost like the Happy Gilmore of boxing, because Happy Gilmore could play a little golf, but he can hit the shit out of it, right? He can play a little bit, but when that ball is flying, it's flying. And that's how I looked at Deontay Wilder. He took up boxing extremely late. They rushed his man, rushed him to the Olympics, rushed him pro. And what do you think you're going to get when you rush somebody to have to go pro so fast, right? At that time, with Deontay Wilder, even before Deontay Wilder, boxing was looking for a heavyweight. They were taking these ex-football players and trying to make them heavyweights. They were trying to build the next great heavyweight to sell boxing. And they was having a lot of trouble with it. We've seen some go, we've seen some come, and we've seen many go. But right now, with Uysk versus Deontay Wilder, Uysk, this is what I think of Uysk, man. I think Uysk right now is feeling like, who can I get up for? Who can I get up for? Right? He beat Tyson Fury twice, right? Beat Tyson Fury twice. Beat Daniel Dubois twice. Beat Anthony Joshua twice. And to be honest, the only other really major name, really big name, it is Deontay Wilder. This is a checklist fight for Uysk. Uysk will come into this fight highly favored because of what he's done with everybody else that he faced. This is a checklist to say he beat the people of their time. He beat the big puncher Deontay Wilder. He beat the Tyson Fury. He beat the Uysk. He beat the Daniel Dubois. He didn't get a chance to fight Parker because Parker lost. See, he doesn't really want to fight these new guys, to be honest, and I think he got stripped from one of his titles. I don't even think he really care about it. I think at this point in Uysk's career, he want to fight fights that's going to make names in the record book. I don't even know how much longer Uysk even got. I don't even know how much longer he want to fight. Imagine this, guys. Uysk has beaten who? He beat everybody except who? Think about it. Uysk beat everybody except who? Deontay Wilder. Let me make sure. I ain't got no. Hold on, guys. Let me check some. It is. Dang it. Can you guys hear me, man? Can you guys hear me? I had a headpiece hooked up, and it's way over there. So I don't know if you guys. I hope you guys can hear me. Hey, if you can hear me, man, somebody say you can hear me. Hit me thumbs up. If you can hear me, let me know. It probably was really horrible last time because my headpiece is over there. I had on Bluetooth. But hopefully you can hear me now, guys. So I need somebody to say, we can hear you, big dog. So we're going to keep cooking. We live like Channel 5. You know what I'm saying? Guys, I got to work out. Thanksgiving came, and I was doing good, man. I was on the right road. I was on the stairway to having to lose weight. I was like Jefferson. I was moving on up. I was moving up, man. I was moving down in weight. Man, Thanksgiving came, man. I cooked 2 turkeys. I had 2 turkeys. I smoked one, put one in the oven. My boy caught it right now. Ignore him real quick. Smoked one, put one in the oven. Man, I had several pies, several cakes. I ate too much, man. I ate too much. Now it's time to get back in the lab. Time for me to get that weight off. Time for T-Dub to get the moving again. Because I don't know which one of you busters is going to try me. I don't know which one of you busters is going to try to sucker punch me. I don't know which one of you busters is going to try to Aaron the Plumber me, which I thought was dirty, man. I thought what happened to Aaron Plumber, you guys don't know him, man. He's a dude about catching fades, but somebody tricked him into, I think an old friend set him up. and the guy started fighting him and slamming him. I'm not cool with that, man. But I understand that's a lot of times the streets is grimy. God, listen, if you are a young kid and you catch this, the streets are grimy. There's literally nothing out there. Even the guys out there, they will turn on you at some point. At some point, they be cool with you. Then another point, they would envy you. They envy what you have. They envy the girl that you got, something you have over them, and any good luck you have, they're going to be jealous of it, and then they'll snake you. They'll set you up for robbery. Let me tell you guys a story, man. It's a story. True story. True story. I think the first time I told it, I'm not going to say no names. T-Dub, right? This some years ago, I had a cousin that, man, I looked up to like a big brother. Looked up to him like a big brother. You know, I moved away, you know, and I ended up coming back. And, you know, he stayed here and he got, you know, he was deep in the gang life. But this was my brother, right? This was my brother. Well, my uncle, not my uncle, my first cousin. I know what, I'll tell you, either way, I'm going to say this. Family set me up to get pistol whipped and robbed by gunpoint. This was family. So once I learned that, once I took that slap and said, shame on you, from that day forward, I don't want nothing to do with you, nothing around you. Can't trust the streets, man, no matter if you're family at all. All right, let's get back to it, man. All right, so T-Dub back on this bag, man. You know what I'm saying? Little bag work, guys. You know what? Let me give you out some tips. Why I talk boxing. Again, remember, guys, this is unstripped, unedited. I'm back at it like a crack at it, giving you boxing geek. Ow! Every bit of this work. So let's talk about it. Boom. I was talking about Uysk and Wilder. Let's finish up with Uysk and Wilder. Let's finish up. And then I get some boxing tips too. Uysk. Right now, Uysk wants Deontay Wilder. He wants to check him off his list. And Deontay Wilder, he had a comeback fight too. In my opinion, I thought he looked it okay. I would give him a C for the comeback. He didn't look bad, but he didn't really look that good. But it's a win, right? So I give him that. I give him a C. But here's the thing about Deontay Wilder, guys. If you haven't saw my short, go back and watch my short. And if you ain't subscribed to the channel, what the hell are you doing? Nobody is as live, uncut, unedited, like your boy T-Dub, man. Like your boy. Listen, I'm me, man. They ain't doing like this here. You subscribe here and you get that real uncut. See, I'm not the industry plant. Ain't nobody telling me what to say and what not to say. I'm giving to you raw. So when I say it, you know I mean it. And I mean what I say. Now let's get back to it. Boom, boom, boom. Little boxing tip, guy. Boxing tip. I had a friend got that who I really liked to watch fight. I really was rooting for him. And he got knocked out with an overhand right. And another fighter that you guys know, they got caught with a similar punch, was Anthony Joshua when he fought Dane Dubois. Well, what did they do wrong? And I'm going to tell you guys right now. Unless you're, how do you say it? Athleticism, you got cat reflexes. Unless you have cat reflexes, do not lead with an uppercut. Don't come in unless you're fighting somebody soft as cupcakes. Unless you're fighting somebody who is scared of you. And the only thing, they just don't want to get knocked out and they just close their eyes. If you're fighting a real fighter and you come in with that uppercut, they're going to knock your ass out. Joshua can't try to come against Dane Dubois. Try to do this shit here. Hit with the right hand. My homeboy, his boxing is dude. Boxing, right? Hot, real fight, pro fight. Hot. Then he try to walk to do like this here. Boom. Got hit with an overhand right. Tip for the day. Do not lead with an uppercut. Don't do it unless you got cat reflexes. Don't do it. All right, back to it. So Um, I think right now Usyk should be the favorite over Deontay Wilder. Let me see. Bud versus Leonard, 168 fantasy fight. Who wins? You know what, man? Listen, the fact that you can even say Bud versus Leonard, that lets you know that Terrence Crawford, he's done it. He's there. He made it to the fantasy matchups. He made it to the fantasy matchups. That's a good thing, man. Who wins? Listen, man, I don't. Maybe because I seen Bud Crawford lately. Maybe I'll say Bud. Maybe. Um, Now I'm gonna tell you a good fight, a really good fight, and you guys might say, pick somebody different. I think Terrence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather is a hell of a mother-loving matchup. Listen, that is a matchup that I think it goes all 12 rounds. I think go all 12 rounds in a hell of a fight. But I believe when it's all said and done, in a very close fight, I think Floyd Mayweather get the win. I think Floyd get the win. I think Floyd. I think it'd be a very. And I'm not just because I picked Floyd to win. I'm not taking anything for Crawford. I'm saying Crawford is a great. Crawford has the dog in him like the young Floyd. See, the young Floyd back in the day, that young Floyd was like that young Floyd was a savage, you know. But when he moved up in weight with brittle hands, and you know, just not really been a big welterweight, you know, I don't think he wasn't hitting like that. He said, so you think Clarissa is scared to fight Shadasia Green? Nah, I think Clarissa beats Shadasia. I think Clarissa Shields beats Shadasia Green. I don't think any woman can mess with Clarissa, at least skill-wise. Shadasia Green has a puncher chance. She is not more skilled than Clarissa in no areas. None. Not saying she don't have a chance, but when I look at jab, combination, defense, skills, speed, footwork, IQ, it's a landslide Clarissa Shields. But again, that is not saying that Shadasia doesn't have a chance. Because if you catch somebody, powers can change the plans of a great man with one swing. He said, all right, what's your prediction for Shakur versus Teo? Let's get to it then. Y'all want to get to it, and let's talk about it then. So, I got to hit the bag and think. Let me think. Now, this is an extremely highly skilled fight. Shakur Stevenson, in my mind, is the more technical, slightly more skillful, better defensive fighter. But with saying that, it's not taking anything away from Teofimo Lopez. I think Teofimo Lopez he's more explosive. He's more of take the chance. He brings the excitement in the fight. Teofimo Lopez. He also has skills, but the one thing I know about Lopez is that he does get hit. Now, let's think about this fight. This fight is so skilled that it can be boring. It is so skilled that it could be boring. Why, T-Dub? Why could it be boring? Well, unless Shakur Stevenson fights him like he fought his last fight. And oh my gosh, he did. And he didn't fight that way solely because he wanted to. And I'm not saying he didn't want to, because there was times in that last fight against William Zepeda where Shakur Stevenson would slide to him. Shakur Stevenson would slide to him. He would slide to him. Mother lovers. But William Zepeda put that unstoppable force and made Shakur Stevenson find a way to stop it. Now, Lopez is not going to be as careless or as reckless as William Zepeda. Shakur Stevens, Teofimo Lopez, he's stylish, guys. He's stylish. And he looks for really big explosive hooks. Now, remember I said he is more powerful and he's more explosive than Shakur Stevenson. But I say Shakur Stevenson is the overall better fighter in all areas outside of power. Now, chin, well, I don't know. I'm going to say this. I believe that if you hit Teofimo Lopez and you knock him down and you hit Shakur Stevenson, but you hit him hard but don't knock him down, I think Shakur, once he gets hit really hard, I think he'll get on that bike a little bit. But I think Teofimo Lopez, I think he'll bite down a little bit. You get what I'm saying? I think if you catch Lopez, I think he'll recover. All right, come on. And I think he'll want to fight a little bit. He might move back some, but I think he'll fight. I think he'll want to bite down a little bit more. But if you catch Shakur Stevenson with that same, you catch him with that same, I think Shakur Stevenson, oh, snap. Oh, he gonna move to the coast is clear. Once he got to get that head back right. He gonna move. Hey guys, listen. If you ain't subscribed to the channel, guys, listen. We went over 10,000 subscribers. Thank you guys. Trying to get this thing to 15,000. Listen, we at 10,000, maybe about 75, 78, something like that. Please subscribe to the channel. I really, really appreciate it. He says, let me see that 1, 2, 3 on the back. Okay, champ. There you go, big dog. 1, jab. When you throw the jab, come back. 2, cover your face. When you throw the 3, turn. 3, right? Here's a wrong way. Do not throw the 3 like this. Don't throw a wide 3. Here you go. Don't throw a wide 3 like this. Not the power. People see it coming. When you throw that 3, you want to turn. Here. See that? Boom, boom, right there. Now, if you want to be sneaky with that 3, you can turn it. Boom. Don't even bring the elbow high, right? You can bring the elbow here. Here. Different ways you can throw that 3. Different ways you can throw that 3, right? Now that 2, to throw that 2, you gotta turn at the hip, right? Turn at the hip, kick your back heel out straight, and you throw that 2, boom, and come right back here. Everything's here. Everything's right there. Everything's here. Boom. Boom, right? Boom, 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 boom. Catch him. Got him. Let's get it. He says, no, the jab, hook, cross. But let's talk about it. All right. Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez. Now, if you ask me, if I had to pick, I'm going with Shakur Stevenson. I think Shakur Stevenson is a better boxer. I think he can play more I can touch you more than you can touch me. But if there's a person hurt, I think Lopez has the power to hurt Shakur Stevenson more. But I think once he catches Shakur Stevenson, if he doesn't put Shakur down, Shakur gonna box extremely smart till we get these faculties back, and he's not gonna throw more than 1-2 punch combination. You gonna catch Shakur, but he's gonna southpaw. He gonna be like, hot, 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 hot. You know, he gonna play a touch you game, and he's gonna rack up rounds. The winner is Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is going to beat Teofimo Lopez, and he's going to move up in the rankings. He says, no, okay, I already did that one. Let me see. I remember T.O. saying a while back that Shakur was afraid to get hit. Listen, there might be a little truth to that, big dog. There might be a little truth to that, man. When he's facing real punches, but you know what? I have seen evidence, in my opinion, where Shakur didn't want to get hit. I've seen the evidence in my own eyes. I seen now my eyes used to be 20/20. I don't know if they still there or not with my age, but from what I saw, it was kind of clear that he didn't really want to get hit. But now, I think when he fought Williams and Pater, I think he was trying to prove different. See, at that time, people were saying he's going to run all night from Williams and Pater. They was calling him boring. He had broke or tied one of the records of the least amount of punches thrown in the fight. That was some horrible ass shit. So he wasn't having a real good look. So he went out there, and the way when he fought Williams and Pater, Shakur Stevenson did not fight like a man that wanted to get hit. He fought like a man that wanted to fight, wanted to win. If the Shakur Stevenson that shows up to fight Williams and Pater, he will dominate Teofimo Lopez. If not a domination, there will be a clear advantage that he's winning. He said, all right, let me give you another one. Dev versus Ryan Part 2. Now, to talk about that, big dog, man, I don't know the whole history of what I'm about to say. I'm only going off snippets of videos that I did not see the full thing on. Now, if I'm wrong, is Devin Haney's, I don't know if it's his baby mama or just ex-girlfriend or ex-wife, she's kicking it with Ryan? What kind of, listen, bro, that would be so dirty in my opinion. Especially if we have a kid. Now, if you're just an old skeezer girlfriend and you just doing your thoughthism, then whatever. But if you somebody who got my kid, you got my kid, right? I'm his dad. Why would you be on camera with somebody that cheated his dad or don't like his dad? That's still his son gonna look up to the dad. You don't think the son gonna go up one day and be like, Mom, why are you even with this guy? Like, he don't like dad, Mom. Why you know, like, I don't know the whole thing with that again, guys. I just thought that didn't look good, man. That didn't look good. That don't look good. But Ryan Garcia did say that he said his next fight, which was Devin, which maybe he's talking about because he is set to fight for the WBC against Mario Barrios. Now, let me tell you guys some BS, some real BS in boxing. Now, when you guys hear me talk about Teofimo Lopez and you hear me talk about Ryan Garcia, when you hear me talk boxing, I keep it boxing, right? Right? Say how good it is, how great they are, what's bad, what's not. I keep it boxing, right? But to be personal, as people, I don't like neither one of them. Why, T-Dub? Oh my God! Well, when you being racist, and your thing is you want to sell fights or not sell fights, maybe you mean it, maybe you don't, bro. You don't do that, right? And Ryan was talking about bring back a dead black man so he can die again. Like, I would never forgive that. I would never forget that. Now, the WBC at this time, when he said all that bad stuff about blacks and Muslims, oh, we're going to ban you from fighting for the WBC. Ban, right? Ban. Oh, you fight Mario Barrios? Oh, we're going to lift the ban. You're good to go again, right? You're good to go again, right? When it comes to Canelo Alvarez, Canelo could go 2 or 3 years, don't fight his mandatory Dave Benavidez, right? 2 or 3 years, right? With Canelo Alvarez, when he tested for what was that? Was it clenbuterol? The WBC said, okay, well, it's in our meat. Well, we're gonna allow a certain percentage of it then, right? So people who got in their system can clear, right? But you mean to tell me that Terence Crawford beat Canelo, your boy, and in 3 months you strip him because he didn't pay what I guess Terence Crawford considered outrageous sanctioning fees? You mean the rest of the sanctioning body was okay with $150,000 or something like that a piece? But you guys wanted over $300,000 plus another $100,000? And if he didn't give it to you, taking the belt, then you do a video? Guys, listen, man. Believe it or not, racism really does exist. And I don't like talking about it, but you can see He ride for his like people. He ride for his like people. I remember this allegedly this female fighter that fought Cruz tested positive for all these banned substance, and then he was and she beat Cruz with all these banned substance, and he was riding for his fellow person because that person, in my opinion, was like him, and then you almost wanted Cruz to fight back for something she was robbed for. I ain't gonna get into it, man. But anyway, I don't think that was a good move, man. I don't think that was a good move. Let me see, who is that? Tina the Tina the real $1 million baby. What it does is that Stevenson's get technical in the later rounds and can adjust. Lopez has no skills like that to beat him, only enough to hang for a few rounds. All right, this is my opinion. Guys, listen, shout out to Tina, the real $1 million baby. Guys, if you're watching this live, if you want to see a woman that really works hard, that knows boxing and also can box and kickbox, you need to check out my girl, Tina, the real $1 million baby. Now, she don't do a lot of lives, but she posts some shorts. She been in gyms for Roger Mayweather and many more. Check her out. But let me touch on that. Now, even though I would love to see Teofimo Lopez to get his ass kicked up and down the street because he has said a lot of racist remarks, and I don't like it, right? You can tell me you're doing it to sell. Other blacks can say, oh, no, you cool. You're not cool with me. If you be racist to me, you're not cool with me. You're not. And then you up there, when you and your dad talking about Terrence Crawford, saying you saying liquor, but we know you ain't saying liquor. Yeah, where that liquor at? What? Come on. Even if you're saying liquor, you know what word you're trying to say. You know what? I want to see you get mollywopped. But now let me tell the truth about his boxing, right? That's personal, but let me talk about his boxing. His boxing, I do believe Lopez has skills. I think he can be very slick, and he's explosive. Now, he takes a lot of risks with the explosions because he'll come in he'll leave in really quick for these big shots, and he's open for counter punches when he do that. But you got to be willing to stand there and within range of counter punch. I do think he got skills. I do think he has power, but I think Shakur Stevenson is just more technically sound in all areas. Oh, in the building. Hey, what up with it, big dog? Throwing $20 on the fire just to keep that blaze burning. Tina, it's my girl Tina, real midnight baby. What it does? Let's go. Let's go. There we go, man. Check out my girl Tina, man. Listen, that's real love, man. That's real love. Y'all don't understand. Tina been part of the family for a long time. She been carrying the torch for a long time, man. That's why whenever she pop up, I always try to give my girl shout out. And y'all need to check her out as well, man. Check her out. Yeah, T.O. is racist if he says, isn't it sell sounds like a reason to let it loose. I don't like it, bro. Respect. Check her out, bro. Check her out, man. Hey, she be in a spar, man. She spar women. She spar dudes. A lot of sparring, it look like they just taking them, working on work, man. They just out here just working. You know what I'm saying? Hey, she'll pull counter. She'll pull counter. You know what I'm saying? I remember Roger Mayweather. Or was it? No. That wasn't Roger. She was senior. I mean, Floyd Senior was talking to somebody. He like, what's a pull counter, right? They know what a pull counter is. In case you guys don't know what a pull counter is, it's typically when you pull in a shot, right? So like, let's say you fight an orthodox fighter, right? And an orthodox fighter throws a jab at you. So what you do is now you can pull it like this here, boom, and come right at it, or somebody do more like a slip. So basically, they'll throw the jab, you slip, boom, right? Same effect. Pull, slip, all right? But like I said, man, I ate good for Thanksgiving. I ate too good. I know I was eating bad. I was eating cake. I was eating ice cream. I was eating a lot. It was like 1 o'clock the next morning. 1 o'clock in the morning. Man, I'm fixing big bowls of Fruity Pebbles and Captain Crunch, the berry Captain Crunch. I was eating too good. I felt rolls that I worked off coming back. They right there. Listen, they right there. I got the rolls right there. And I gotta get it off, man. So like, you know what? We're gonna get back at it, man. He says, no respect for Lopez with all that racism for what? With perfect fight for him. He said, I hope Shakur stops him. Bro, listen, shout out to Anthony, man. It's really hard for me to see this on here. Stevenson, Stevenson out here in Houston training. There we go. Like I said, man, who I think should, if you ask me to bet, and this is just straight up talking boxing, even though as the person, I don't like Lopez for the racism that I, in my opinion, seen from him and from his father. I think they both don't really fuck with blacks, even though they learned their skills probably from blacks. They don't really fuck with you. They just picked up your shit and they just using it for their benefits. That's what I believe. Cause you don't mess around with saying words like what a liquor at. You don't mess around saying things like that. And oh, he only care about the black fighters. He don't care about this. It sounds like you got a disdain for. I don't like that. But when it comes to boxing and it comes to calling fights, I try to be as fair as possible. I do think Teofimo Lopez is a very explosive fighter. I'm gonna be honest. I think Lopez might be Ryan Garcia. Lopez, see that explosion? Lopez might be, listen, if Rolly, and remember, I'm talking about a Ryan without any of that other stuff in the system. If Rolly was able to do that to Ryan, I almost think Lopez, because style makes fights, Lopez might beat Ryan. But Ryan got that crazy speed. I mean, speed is speed. Speed really does kill. Speed can compensate for a lot of things you don't have as a fighter. It can really compensate. But when I look at Shakur Stevenson, I honestly think Shakur beats Lopez more convincingly than probably Shakur beats Ryan. But I think Lopez beats Ryan. I think with Shakur it'd be a 12-round tough fight. The speed, I think he had to get used to the speed. But let me get to boxing. I believe Lopez can fight. Like there's times that he's really, really slick. He can do that. He can do that and be effective doing that, right? Boop, 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 boop. Now, a lot of times that works against this guys. See that? A lot of time that works against somebody who's in one spot. See, imagine doing and somebody's moving. It ain't gonna work, right? But if you find somebody like this, it works. Or like this, it works, right? Because you can, I can be in, out, I'm over here, it works, right? But it doesn't work against a moving target, right? And if Shakur Stevenson comes out and if Shakur is looking to press the action, that will be beneficial for Teofimo Lopez. If Shakur Stevenson come out like, I'm going to press him, if Shakur Stevenson does that, that is beneficial for Teofimo Lopez. And Lopez does have the power to catch Shakur. And I'm being honest, even though I think Shakur can win, I think if Lopez catch him with that right enough power, that Shakur gonna get in that bite. Listen, Shakur oh shit! Whoa, wait, that boy hitting out there. That boy hitting out there. No. Listen. If Shakur pretty much he stays the ground and just box like if that dip, like right here, what? Like that where I can touch you, I can slip, what? Shakur beats him. If Shakur fights on the back foot, Shakur beats him. If Shakur presses the action going forward, he would give more opportunity to Teofimo Lopez. That would allow Teofimo Lopez to set traps to be a little bit slick because you got a fighter that's coming forward. And I'm telling you, if the fight happens and something happens, remember I said this, that Lopez can have success if Shakur Stevenson pushing forward. And I'm not talking about just no one step at a time. I'm talking like just continuously coming, right? Where you're really trying to walk somebody down, trying to push him in the ropes or push him in the corner to where you can like put pause on him. He says, how long you been watching boxing for? Man, I don't even know, bro. Years, big dog. I've been watching boxing for years. He said, what about Rolly? Rolly beat Ryan Garcia. I think Teofimo Lopez beats Ryan Garcia. I think Ryan's speed will be a little bit problem, but I think that see, here's the thing: that explosive nature from Lopez, that's a gamble, man. Listen, that his explosiveness is like shooting dice, right? Either it's gonna work with 7, or it's gonna be snake eyes. Now, depending on the opponent, changes the odds on how successful it is. Now, if he goes against Ryan Garcia, if he catches Ryan, he's gonna hurt Ryan. But if Ryan sees it coming and Ryan turns over that quick air left hook, he's knocking Lopez down. He's not like, hey, listen. See, that's the thing. See, if Shakur, I think if Ryan hits Lopez with that hook while he's coming in, he drops Lopez. I think if Shakur hits him, Shakur just don't have the power, guys. Listen, I gotta be honest. Shakur doesn't have the power that I don't think he can hurt. Teofimo Lopez. Now, I've been wrong before. Listen, I didn't think Devin Haney was gonna knock down Brian Norman Jr. I'm the same guy that didn't think he was gonna knock down Brian Norman Jr. And he hit Brian Norman Jr. Hey, y'all seen that? Yeah, my Debo short. He hit Brian Norman Jr. with that. See, he first caught him with that hook, boom, and he saw a little wobble in him. Then he came back, and it, man, set him down. Then got in his face, you know what I'm saying? But after that happened, he wasn't able to get him back into that zone again. You know what I mean? He had success. He won rounds. He definitely threw Brian Norman Jr. off his game plan, but he wasn't able to get Brian Norman Jr. back in that zone again. But he won convincingly. Now, again, I don't see Shakur Stevenson. I don't see him hurting Lopez, man. I don't see it. I see him peppering him. You know what I'm saying? Hit him with the... I can see that. I can see some really good shots to where he might hit Lopez and he'll knock him over here. And Lopez like, what? Let's go. But I just don't really see him just like, just really hurting Lopez. I honestly, and remember, I've been wrong. I know I watched boxing for years. So somebody said Crawford got stripped. He did, big dog. Observing stuff. Hey, what up, St. Louis? He did, man. Shout out to Observing stuff, man. Bro, that was crazy, man. Let yourself. And I talked about it earlier. The WBC, which is, I think the headquarters is in Mexico. When it comes to certain fighters, let's say like Canelo, don't have to fight Dave Benavidez for damn near 2 years, right? When it comes to Canelo with clenbuterol, I believe because he got busted and they said they got clenbuterol in their meat, they allowed a certain percentage of clenbuterol so their fighters can have a little bit in their system, but not too much. This is my take on what Terence Crawford did. I was going to post a video. I might still post it, but I've seen a lot of people did already. Terence Crawford did a video, and he said that, he went off. He scorched earth against Mauricio Suleiman in the WBC. He scorched earth. He's like, the other sanctioning bodies, the IBF, the WBA, the WBO, he said they were all cool with and these aren't the exact figures, but it's close. They was all cool with the $150,000, for the sanction fee for the belt. He said, why the WBC want over $300,000? And then they want another $100,000 on top of that. And think about it. Why? And to be honest, it's crazy, right? Because think about it. When you look at the Super Bowl, the players don't have to pay to be in a Super Bowl. The players get paid more when they're in the Super Bowl because they're making everybody else a lot of money. Every time a fighter fights in one of these big fights, this is a Super Bowl where everybody get paid. And except for the sanctioning bodies, I see why he would have dropped the belt. Let them have it. You telling me that why? And And I believe they were pulling for Canelo to win, right? They probably wanted Canelo to win. And he lost. And it didn't sit well. So they probably want to triple tax Terrence Crawford just to stick it to him financially. And he's like, man, F that. You telling me in 3 months they stripped him and then they do a video about it and then they already named who else gonna fight for it? I think it's BS, man. I think that's truly BS. It is showing what this sport's about. Think about it. He was right? Terrence Crawford said, think about it. He said, the fighters are paying these sanctioning bodies to stay in the best hotels, to have the best meals, to live a luxury life at their expense. They go in there and fight tooth and nails and have to give you $300,000 or $400,000 of their money each and every time. And then you make another belt. And think about this. You make the W. Oh, and this crazy. Remember when Devin Haney was mandatory to Lomachenko, right, for WBC? And then out of nowhere, WBC made him a franchise champion. Same thing did with Canelo, right? So they can do all these things to avoid these fighters to fight, and they're mandatory to fight other people. But then when it came to Terrence Crawford, you hit him with these super high sanctioning fees, and then you stripped this man in 3 months. I think that's trash. I think it's trash. It's almost ran. What do you guys call it, man? What do you guys call it when you go out there and sweat and fight, and then other people just get money off of you? That's it. Like, no. If you want out built in the lane, you know? Like, even though, and it made me go back. Now, see, if you're a young fighter, if you're a young fighter, then it's hard, right? Because you're a young fighter, you just starting out, you can't do what Terrence Crawford did. Terrence Crawford is at the end of his fighting, right? He is 38 years old. He's at the end. Listen, even if the finish line is not right now, that finish line for Terrence Crawford, it is in clear sight. He can make out finish line. He sees it right there. So he can go off on these sanctioning bodies, right? And understandably, he's right. He don't really have to fight for it. And Canelo wants to rematch. Think about this, right? He had to take the short money, and Canelo took the long money in the first fight, which was right. Canelo should have got more money, in my opinion. But now Terrence Crawford won. Canelo now wants a rematch. Well, give Terrence Crawford that long money. Now, if you don't want to give Canelo short money, that's on you. Pay Canelo more. Still pay him what you want to pay him. But you can't keep making Terrence Crawford take short money. He beat this man came up 2 weight classes, fought him comfortable, and beat this man. Get this man his money. You know? And in my opinion, I think if I was Terrence Crawford, I'll hold out, man. Hey, bro, I'm not sure what you're asking for, but, bro, you 38. You came up, you made him comfortable. You know what? Hey, you know what? You know what I would do? I would say, if you want to short money me again, you want to short money me the first time and short money me the second time, bring this motherfucker down to 160. If you want to short money me, bring him down to 160. If you want me to come up there and do a rematch, think about it. It's not even for undisputed no more. So even if Canelo wins, he won't be undisputed. Now, don't get me wrong. If he wins, WBC gonna be like, yes, Canelo is not mandatory for the new winner. I'm not dumb. He says, I think it's BS too. He says, bet Canelo beat Canelo very well too. Yeah, he did, man. Pay that man his money, bro. Pay him his money, man. Pay him his money. Now, it was another fight I'm going to think about. Let me see. I talked about Deontay Wilder. Uysk wants to fight Deontay Wilder. And remember, in my opinion, Uysk is going to be favored. I am a Deontay Wilder fan. But I think this is Uysk. This is like a bucket list, a checkoff list, right? Think about it. He beat the Anthony Joshuas twice. He beat the Tyson Furies twice. He beat Daniel Dubois twice. He beat Darren Chisora. He beat the names. Except one. Now, I got to admit, guys, when Deontay Wilder was on top, and when Deontay Wilder wanted to fight Uysk, it didn't appear Uysk wanted to fight Wilder. It didn't appear Uysk wanted to fight Wilder when Wilder was in more of his dangerous state. He said, Uysk is a real heavyweight. The boy can fight, man. But now he wants to fight her. Now, this is a Deontay Wilder, in my opinion. he had to do some soul searching. And in my opinion, it's just my opinion, him choosing Malik as his trainer, that wasn't good. Now I understand Malik was his like his brother, but I think when Malik had him doing all that, and he was talking about Deontay Wilder not one of the best fighters, but one of the best boxers. Listen, guys, you cannot change your style at the highest level. You better improve with the S you got, but you cannot change your style. You can't go from a Miguel Cotto, right, and become a Manny Pacquiao. You can't do it. You can't go from a who else? Who's out there that's, let's say he's like a Pitbull Cruz, right? You can't go from a Pitbull Cruz to a Floyd Mayweather. Not at the highest level. Can't, right? Like when Joseph Parker fought and he lost, honestly, he got better in his style. He got his style and worked on things. Wilder should have got a coach that saw what he did well, stuck with that, but critiqued it to make it sharper, tighter, and improve his defense. And I think he would have just done those things, maybe a little bit more, worked on the inside game, not letting nobody big lean on you. I think Wilder would have did much better off. But because Malik, in my opinion, was trying to make him this whole slick boss, and that was a bad look. Man, think about this, man. When Wilder fought Parker, man, that was a horrible look. That was a horrible look. That performance, that was a horrible performance. Horrible, man. And, I thought he should have got rid of Malik a long time ago. He did finally get rid of him. But is it too late, right? Deontay Wilder had a fight back. He had a fight back. And I gave him a C, right? I gave him a C. But he looked slower. Couldn't find the right hand clean like he wanted. He was trying to work with the game plan, work off the jab, use that reach, back his opponent up, set the right hand up. Sometimes he's trying to lead. When he lead with his right hand, honestly, when he lead with his right hand, you can see it coming a mile away. It's extremely telegraphed. His right hand is better coming off the 1-2 or counter. Like if he countered that right, boom! That shit's like a fucking rocket. When he leads with it, you see it coming. Now, if Usyk versus Wilder fight, he said Wilder got to be going through something. Oh, he did. Listen, bro. Deontay Wilder went through a lot, right? He went through trainers. He had a guy he considered his brother become his trainer. In my opinion, that was a horrible fucking mistake. You don't mix business with pleasure. If he's like a brother, keep him there. I don't care what he's doing. You think you should, you know what I'm saying? You're better off getting like a Jamel Charlo coach, or somebody who, or Earl Spence coach, somebody that's really keeping things tight and really work on your explosiveness and disguising that right hand better. And remember, when he came home, he had his fiance or wife, I'm not sure, hit him with these straining orders, put all this stuff out about him that he's doing this, he's doing that. I mean, listen, man, as a man, there is nothing more that can mentally destroy you than going through a breakup, especially one that can ruin your reputation and career, and break your heart. He was going through a lot. Remember, Lopez was going through it. Lopez's wife was doing him. He was going through some shit. Listen, man, like I said, I don't like Lopez as a person, but man, I understand what the hell he was going through, bro. Listen, as a man, there's nothing more heart. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have a best friend turn on me, a guy. I'm like, F you then, man. I don't need you. And I might be mad about it. But my girl, oh my gosh, and I think that's Lopez's, wife and baby mama. That's hard, bro. He said, yeah, this wife beat him down while he was beat him while he was down. But like I said, man, he was going through a lot. I think he's trying to mentally bounce back. But remember, he only had that one fight, right? He was supposed to have, I think, 2 or 3 more fights, but they ain't been lined up. Now, let's say this. Let's say now Wilder take this Usyk fight. It will be a big fight. But it will also be a fight that people can clearly say that they'll pick Usyk to win, right? But I got to say this, man. I think if Wilder can go back, Watch some of them old days. Like, watch what you did well, how you delivered it. Work on the speed of that right hand. Don't try to come in too motherfucking skinny again. Dude had you fighting 203 pounds, 6'7", and don't try to come in on 240 pounds, bro. You gotta find a comfortable weight for you. Find that comfortable weight to where you can move good and have power. See, it's not all about, man, when you look at Malik, man, Malik had to do so skinny, man. Malik had to do so skinny that if I saw Deontay Wilder, I'd have bought him a hamburger, man. I'd have bought him a cheeseburger. I was like, how does mother effer this tall and starving like this? You know what I'm saying? How you have somebody 6'7", 203 pounds? You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, man. And let's remember, a heavyweight don't have to make weight. That's crazy. So he didn't even cut down to that. He walked in with full clothes on and like, okay, I'm here, right? That ain't good, bro. That ain't good. I think he need to get back to. You know what? Y'all gonna hate me for this, or y'all gonna love me for this. He might need to go back to Breland, man. I know Breland probably wasn't as perfect, but because Wilder still had a lot of flaws back then. But he might need to go back to Breland. He might be like, hey, Breland, hey, bro, we got on bad terms, man. Listen, my bad, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is how I was feeling back then. Hey, I would be honored if you work with me again, bro. I pay you, blah, blah, blah. He might need to go get Breland and go get somebody else. He needs experience in his corner. He needs somebody with like the hands up, the height, and the throwing shots, and really put a game plan against a guy like Uysk. Usyk so slick, man. He's so in and out. It's gonna be hard. Wilder gonna have to catch Usyk with a counterpunch. If Wilder fight Usyk, to land that 1-2 is gonna be 1% that he can land it. Out of 100%, it's a 1% chance he gonna land that lead 1-2. It's a 1%. Unless he already caught him and hurt him with something, it's a 1% chance he land that 1-2. Now, to counter him, that chance it goes up. I think it's about a 45% chance, maybe a 55% chance he can land that counter. See, Usyk, once Usyk gets comfortable and he feel he can have his way with you, Usyk will come in and scrap and throw all this shit, right? He'll throw all that shit. Wilder just need to work on that timing, and then when he see that shot, that right hand to come out like the old wow. And guys, don't be surprised if Deontay Wilder knocks or drops or beat Usyk. Usyk will be winning that fight all the way up until he's not. As long as the fight is happening, Usyk will be winning. If he's caught by Wilder clean, that'll be the only time he loses. But the bad thing about it is, it could be in the fight. But all right, guys, listen to your boy Tito Whatsblazing Sports. He said, yes, okay, yeah. All right, guys, your boy Tito Whatsblazing Sports. We have been doing this thing for 57 minutes and 59. I went off the cuff, 58 minutes, damn near an hour of just talking, stuttering, giving you guys this work. I didn't get as much bad work as I normally get, man. I didn't get my sweat going like I want to. But, hey, man, I just want to tell you guys, thank you guys for the support, man. Thank you guys for being part of the family of Whatsblazing Sports. I'm going to get back. I'm going to mix these lives up. I'm going to try to be different, man. I work a lot. I work a 9 to 5 a lot. That's why I can't do a lot of videos. But today I pumped out 2 short videos. I was going to do one. I was going to pump out one about Shakur Sanders and Jerry Judy, guys. Listen, I was going to. But I did the verbal recording. And let me let you guys know about how I do my shorts. They probably got mistakes in it because normally I do my shorts in one take, right? I go out, I take a break from work, and I have a thought in my mind, and I spit it out. And then once I spit it out, in between my breaks, I try to just work on putting the video together, and then I upload it. But that's in between work, so it's pretty hard. I gave you guys 2 on, man. And I'm gonna keep doing shorts. I'm gonna keep doing my regular setup, and I'm gonna keep hitting these back too. And hopefully you guys really appreciate it. Gotta remember, Tito Whatsblazing Sports. Please subscribe. Let's get 15,000. Go ahead, get that law, dip it in the fire, and keep the blaze burning. And I'm out.